And perhaps you are starting this new week thinking the same thing I've been thinking. The sheer courage on display in Ukraine these last several days has been remarkable. We have all heard about the Ukrainian soldiers on Snake Island who refused to surrender to a Russian warship and told the invaders to go F themselves. By the way, the Ukrainian government is hopeful those soldiers might actually be alive. But there have been other inspiring moments. The man trying to stop a Russian tank with his body. Other Ukrainians have been forced to hide in subways, basements, and bomb shelters where children are being told to act like turtles and go inside their shells to shield themselves from Russian attacks. Yes, children can be brave too.
So it's very important that if you cannot get to the bomb shelter, that you protect yourself from the hit if it hits. To keep your mouth open and your ears covered. So this is the game I seen on the internet. You call it a game to explain it to children that that it's not like something terrible happening, but it's just like a small game that you are playing. That you lay on your belly, you open your mouth, you cover your ears, and then you pretend that you're a turtle this way, because this is how you look like a turtle, and this makes it less stress for the children.
Other haunting images from Europe's past have come rushing back. Ukrainians boarding trains by the thousands. Women and children can leave the country, but the men are being told to stay and fight. Yes, the parallels are there. Parallels to this world's ugly and evil past. This time, the villain speaks Russian. He lies and says he's the one fighting the Nazis. But he's the one rolling thermobaric weapons into Ukraine. These vacuum bombs, as they're called, can vaporize human beings. Forgive me if I don't want to call him President Putin anymore. He doesn't deserve to be called president, considering that the Russian leader, or however you want to describe him, has put his nuclear forces on alert. To do what, we should ask. But in the face of that killer, something unexpected has happened in the last several days. Much of the world has been inspired. And now much of the world is united, in part because of the leadership of Ukraine's president, Volodymyr Zelensky. When Zelensky was asked whether he wanted to be evacuated from Ukraine, he responded by saying, "I need ammunition, not a ride." Zelensky has told the world he is Russia's #1 target. His wife and children, he says, are target #2. And yet he has deployed a weapon Putin should have expected, but didn't, because Putin is stuck in the past. A one-time Ukrainian TV star, Zelensky has turned to social media to release messages from the street urging his people to stand in defiance of Putin's army. Now, instead of simply hiding from Russian attacks, Ukrainians have been busy making Molotov cocktails to greet the invaders. Yes, Putin has made it clear time and again that he wants to reconstitute the old Soviet Union. But that is the 21st century definition of insanity, attempting to bring back a failed state that collapsed in utter defeat decades ago. If Putin is so thirsty for a flashback to the Cold War, perhaps he should be reminded of what happened to the leaders of those former Soviet strongholds at the end of that era. It didn't end so well for the oppressors. If there's something Europe understands, it's that neutrality and apathy are the enablers of tyranny and oppression. It's not a stretch to say that this is a critical moment in the history of this century. A threat to democracy in Ukraine feels far away until Putin moves on to the next country and the one after that. As Ukraine's ambassador to the U.S. said today, it is time to take sides. It's time to take Ukraine's side. Perhaps that is beginning to happen. Over the weekend, we have seen so many people taking to the streets, thousands from Moscow to the rest of Europe and all over the world. They are not just demanding an end to Putin's invasion, they are standing in solidarity with the Ukrainians, lighting up their landmarks, as you can see right there, across the globe in yellow and blue. The Ukrainian people have lit a spark that is uniting the world against tyranny. Now, here in the United States, we may be tempted to think that the struggle against tyranny and the fight for freedom and liberty is a uniquely American experience. But what we are witnessing right now is that the fight is not American or Ukrainian. It is uniquely human. It is who we are. I've got an idea. If you want to give somebody a ride out of town, let's give it to Vladimir Putin.